Hey y'all, I'm Shayna. I'm back with another review. This is for Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 13. This is the real aftermath after the couples trip, okay? We're going to get into it. Before we do, and before I forget, please do not forget to like the video. It's free 99. And if you like this type of content, I need y'all to hit that subscribe. Listen, I'm trying to still get this channel remonetized. So if you'd like to send something in the CashApp, feel free. Otherwise, this is a free way to help your girl. So come April, hopefully we are back on track. Subscribe to my second channel as well, Shayna_MCD TV. If you have not already, I drop content over there. I go live over there as well. It'll be in the description. So we start off, we see children that the babies we see some of the children, some of them are older now, or we hear about some of them, they're grown now, or we see a baby that some of the doctors have delivered. So, they've been delivering babies for a long time. Shout out to them. And then we go into Toya and Eugene. They discuss the communication after the trip. Toya feels like Eugene should have reached out to Greg. But he already told us he ain't cool with Greg like that. So why did she think they was really going to be hanging out? Like, they're not really friends in real life. So I don't know why she thought they was going to be just, on the phone chit-chatting and whatnot. Now, it did look to me like Toya got a little nip and tuck done, and it looked good, okay? I don't know where she was going with that dress on, but I said, okay, Toya, we see it. Now, Quad comes over to Heavenly's house. She just walked in without knocking. Obviously, Heavenly must have been expecting her, but I don't care if you said I'm down the road, I'm 5 minutes away, I just parked outside. Don't just walk in. Like, knock, ring the doorbell, please. Okay, call and say I'm standing in front of the door, but don't open it, just waltz right in. Okay. But I said, okay, Quad with the apple bottom cutout jeans. I don't know where she was going after that, but okay. And Heavenly was like, you can't just be walking in. I'm an empty nester now. Like, I could have been in here doing the grown up anywhere in the house. And Quan was like, girl, you ain't going to do it in the living room. You're not going to do it on the piano. Like, I don't see why not. Ain't nobody around. She could. But girl, please, Heavenly, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. Basically, long story short, is Heavenly said Quad and King and T and Greg cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Now, Toya is telling Eugene that she wants to throw a party because she doesn't have anything else better to do, and their anniversary is coming up. And instead of spending it with each other, why not spend it with the whole cast? So they're trying to find ways where they can invite everybody to the party, but that's just not going to happen. Greg ruined that. Then back over at Heavenly's, Quad tells Heavenly, like, look, the lady, we've done enough couples therapy. We've done couples therapy season after season after season, even though no one's really qualified to be discussing this, aside from maybe Dr. Mimi, who just got here. She's like, let's do some friendship therapy. And I am with that, okay? She said Phaedra and Sweet Tea are not invited to her ladies' night. And, I mean, there's no surprise there. I don't know why we keep talking about Phaedra. Hopefully we don't have to hear her name over here anymore after this episode. So it's Toya and Eugene's 16-year anniversary. They're at some like dance instructing thing to prepare for that party. Half the group is there. Anelia and her husband are there. Child, she gonna keep popping up by way of Toya if she don't do nothing else. Okay, she said I might not be on the show no more, but y'all still gonna see me. Okay. Toya tells them about her Bridgerton theme party. Did y'all watch that show? I really couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into it. It was like Bridgerton. I couldn't get into it. But anyway, they're trying to figure out how they're going to get the Lunsfords, Quad and King, and somebody mentioned Phaedra to this party. And I'm like, not we mentioning Phaedra again. Why? I think it was Contessa, but okay. Now, Contessa tells the group that Greg pressed charges on King. And everyone, including me, collectively agrees that this is some BIT mess. Okay, this is a bish move, especially because I feel like that particular day at that time, Greg initiated it. He was poking the bear and King reacted. The King had to react the way he did. No. When King came back around and pulled Greg to the side, did I think it was poor timing? Yes. But I mean, pressing charges and nobody even fought. No, nah, that was corny. And I just feel like Gregory sealed he and T's fate on the show because they're going to pick a side, and they tried to get rid of Quad last year. It didn't work. So y'all gonna go. I mean, it just is what it is. Greg left before, he gonna leave again with his wife. Now, Damon is siding with King, and Heavenly refers to Quad as King's wife because she was like, "You don't do that to somebody's wife." And I said, "Now, what did I miss? Excuse me, what did I miss? When did King and Quad get married?" But okay, go off. Now, I know, everybody feels like, well, Damon's on the outs with Greg, and that's why he's feeling this way. But Damon has always had this stance. So that's just how he operates. So it's not surprising that he agrees with King because that's what he said himself. That's what he would have done. So Toya, Mimi, and T meet for lunch. And Toya gave T her party invite because, she wasn't at the last event, and said that she's concerned that everyone won't be in attendance. T threw a little shade in and mentioned, oh, it's hard with this group with, divorces happening and, some people not being able to move on and leave the past in the past. Girl, why are you talking about your husband so loud? Because that's the real person here. I thought he was really getting the mess started. The Quad play a part, yes, but your husband is singing songs about it. He's the one who can't let go. I feel like Quad let go when she filed for divorce, but I digress. So Toya asked G about him filing a police report, and T was like, look, that's up to Gregory. I don't got nothing to do with that. And then she was like, well, what happened when the police came? And Sweet Tea said, that's my business. Okay, snapping turtle. Okay. And she said, and King charged at him. She gonna stand by her man regardless. Even though I personally feel like Sweet Tea probably don't even agree with what he did, but what is she gonna do? We're taught like, okay, well, the husband's the leader, and Greg knows that he's the leader in their household, so you're gonna go with that man and with his decisions, no matter how crazy it makes y'all look as a couple and as a unit. Toya asked why King can't get no grace. And he said it's up to Gregory. Like, he charged at Gregory. Your questions is more for Gregory than for me, girl. Okay? That's what she was trying to say. And ultimately, it is up to him because Gregory is the one who pressed the charges. So Toya and Mimi, surprise, surprise, said that Sweet Tea was out of control. Well, Toya said that Sweet Tea was out of control, and Mimi was like high-key agreeing. And I said, now, wait a minute now, because everybody played a part on stuff that was happening at the beach. Y'all didn't say Heavenly and Phaedra and Apollo and them was acting out of control or none of that. Only Sweet Tea was acting out of control. Now, Letitia said she spoke to her husband about the incident, but it's his call. Like, she thought, I'm not going against my man. Now, we know Toya doesn't understand this type of rhetoric in this language because she'll throw Eugene up under the bus even when it doesn't call for it. So she can't wrap her mind around what Sweet Tea is doing here. Like, girl, do you not have a voice? But I mean, she is married to Dr. Gregory, so I don't know. Now, Toya asks if T wants to be in the friend group, and T keeps putting it back on Greg. Like, look, whatever he decides to do. And she's like, if you want to pick sides, and that's what you want to do. Now, Toya feels like Greg is silencing T. And are we surprised given his alleged history? No, we're not. So Eugene and Gregory go to Scott and Contessa's house to have some guy chat. They said they wanted to give Greg, some space and time to cool down. And they asked him if he had pressed charges. And his response was, why wouldn't I? Like, why are you even asking me that? What do you mean? Of course he pressed charges. Yeah, he's done. Because he's like, he charged at me. I was just sitting there unprovoked, like a little lamb in the field, minding my business, not bothering nobody. And he just randomly ran up and charged at me. That's not quite what I remember seeing, but okay, go off. So Eugene was like, okay, but did he touch you? Like, did he put his hands on you? Did he physically, assault you? The answer is no. And Greg said King can face 90 days in jail, get fines, and possibly probation. if these charges come forth. Gregory Lunsford, this ain't it. This ain't it. It's giving Karen cries. Eugene said he is not a cop caller. And Greg was like, look, we ain't in high school. We not kids. I'm grown. I get that. But to try, y'all didn't even get into a physical altercation. So it's like, I really feel like Gregory is just mad because he was embarrassed. And that's what this is all about. And he's acting off of emotions. I just don't think it's cool. So Greg decided to play a song that he made in response to Quad, which is insane. Eugene laughed in his face. Like, literally, bust out laugh, could not keep it in. Scott was sitting behind him, so he literally laughed behind his back. It was awful. It was awful. It sounded like nails on the chalkboard. Horrible. And then I feel like we just kept seeing it. Like, oh my gosh, I've seen the clips online. I had to watch it and suffer through on this episode. Ooh, child. But the fact that Sweet Tea not only recorded it, but she also said, good job, baby. You did good, babe. What? He's singing about his ex. And not only are you holding the phone, but you giving him praises? Girl, Sweet Tea is a lost cause, honey. She's going to try to keep this marriage together by any means. So Eugene said that they have grounds to press charges after listening to that song. Child, I feel like, look, ask Scott on the remix since he like to rap and they could go into the studio and drop some beats, honey. Okay? So it's ladies' night at Quad's house. And everyone looks cute. Contessa must have been channeling her inner Tina Turner. Like, she must have thought, that this was a costume party. And she was getting her fiesta on or something. I don't know what she was shimmying and shaking with that outfit. But, for Contessa, whatever she got on was what she got on. So Quad is me. Like I said last week, I'm gonna keep a portable fan on me in the hot heat. You hear me? I'm not about to be sitting here suffering and sweating, especially when you're trying to lay your wig down. So Quad gave the rules to everyone. She said everyone must have a cocktail, Jackie aside, because y'all know she don't drink, and no one can bring up the past. And here goes Simone. Couldn't wait because Simone is another confessional gangster, okay? She loved to go in the confessional and say stuff. And she like, oh, I'm surprised because Quad loved to bring up the past. And then we see a montage of Quad bringing up situations. But she's obviously not trying to do that today. And she's like, I'm loving this new Quad and all this stuff. Like, girl, you just mad because a part of her bringing up the past would be calling you out on your wrongdoings. And you don't like that. Simone really, like, these later seasons, I used to like her, but she really just get on my nerves. She get on my last nerve. So they chant, onward and upward, onward and upward. And once again, somebody had brought up, is Phaedra coming? She's not coming ever again. She's not coming. And the way she's going out, she burned her bridges. So she can't, if she leave RHOA again, she's going to have to find somewhere else to go. So they asked why she doesn't want to bring up the past, and she just want to keep it light. And I think they need that after that couples trip. Simone mentions Toya's party, and she and Toya insist that Quad attend because they moving forward. Okay, onward and upward. Quad said we a million times. She said we would love to attend. We would like to be in attendance. We really want to come. We. Are we speaking French now, honey? Okay. Basically, if King can't come, then she can't come. She's not coming. He can't come because of them charges, and they will not be coming. Them as a unit, them as a united front, them as a couple. But Quad, this is your bread and butter, honey. This is your job, not King's job. So if you got to roll solo, you're just going to have to ride solo. You're just going to have to go at it alone like you did last season. So Simone gave King praise for apologizing back when they were still on the trip, and he acknowledged Dr. G. And so she really liked that. And then Quad was gushing like, and that's why I love my man, honey. He's a real man. He's a good man, Savannah, okay? Mimi said T didn't take no accountability at the lunch they had with Toya. And Contessa mentioned, like, well, you brought her into this group. Do you really feel like she wasn't trying to take accountability? I think she just was not trying to say much of anything. She wanted to stay out of it. But, okay, Mimi, I see you playing sides. I see you picking a side. That's the same thing Phaedra did last season when they tried to get rid of Quad. And we'll see how that worked out. So Toya said if she had to choose between Sweet Tea, who lacks self-control, and quiet, it wouldn't be Sweet Tea. If she had to choose between the two, it wouldn't be her. I don't like that she keeps saying Letitia don't have self-control. Like, yes, she did walk up when Sweet Tea was having a breakdown and she was screaming. Yeah. I was going to say something. I ain't going to say it. But did we not see when Heavenly fell back in the water trying to jump and run up on Sweet Tea? Did we not see, like, people also antagonize Sweet Tea? Like, yeah, Sweet Tea was running because she saw her man about to get ran over. But Sweet Tea was not acting out of control. Everybody, played a little part. I feel like they just doing what they always do. They're knowing what's best for the show. They tried to get rid of Quad. It failed. They can't get rid of her. So they're going to have to pick a side. And Sweet Tea, you better get your walking papers, girl. It means girl's been real. It's fun while it lasted, Quad was moved to tears and they gave a group hug. I said, oh, child, bye-bye, Sweet Tea. So Jackie and Curtis arrived at Phaedra's house. I was surprised Curtis was there. Why is he here? Like, I understand that y'all was going somewhere afterwards, but he could have waited in the car, honey. What happened to his honey over there in the DR? He not with her no more. Because I feel like I'm starting to see more and more of Curtis. Why is he around so much? But Phaedra said, because Jackie was like, is this the house where you gotta take off your shoes? I'll leave my shoes on. And Phaedra's like, girl, we don't care nothing about that. Girl, you should, girl, germs all up and through. She must have cleaners coming on a daily. So Jackie said they're going to Curtis' nephews afterwards. I don't know why that stuck out to me. I didn't really like it. I just feel like y'all been married for like 100 years. Why is it his nephew? Like, wouldn't you want to be like our nephews? It's our nephew? I guess not, y'all. But anyway, we get a flashback of Phaedra calling the ladies mean girls. Jackie, you are a mean girl, especially with the commentary you made regarding Black women during pregnancy. We didn't forget, honey. And that's high key one of the reasons why I want Jackie off the show. Not all of the reasons, just one of them. But Phaedra, we also didn't forget what you and Portia did to Candy now. I mean, I guess when it comes to mean girls, it would take one to know one, huh? Ain't it? So Phaedra said Heavenly is messy. She just like to start mess. But girl, you did. And I'm glad Jackie called her out. Not Jackie. Phaedra, you knew Apollo was coming. You said he could come. Girl, thought you was doing something when you was bringing Shag. You knew he was coming. Don't act all innocent like you just had no idea. You was just oblivious to it. Jackie mentioned Toya's party, and Phaedra said, I don't want to be around y'all. Now, that was funny. Listen, she said, look, I am never coming back. I gave my 2 weeks. I don't want to see it with you, skate with you, kick it with you, nothing. Okay. Now, Phaedra put the blame on them. But like I said last week, she just going on back home. And back home to RHOA it is. And she better hope the season is good. She only coming in at the tail end, so I digress. Now, Phaedra said she put more into their group than they did. Phaedra always did love to lie, okay? And she's a terrible liar at that. But this episode was a little, milder. We just setting the tone that Sweet Tea about to get up. We getting rid of this is a quiet firing going on. We letting people go, we getting people out of here, and we getting ready for the next season. And depending on how Sweet Tea acted at that reunion, honey, girl, sayonara. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Be sure to like the video. Please like the video. Drop a comment. Let me know you stopped by. I always respond. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.